Hello and welcome back to Football Manager Imperialism. This is episode 4. We've got 3,400 teams to go, so let's go straight to the wheel and let's crack on with this and see where we're going to go. We are heading for Colombia, Independiente Medellin. So let's also spin the arrow and we'll see where we're going to head, which direction. Going northeast. Okay, so this is Independiente Medellin. They're going northeast. Yep, northeast. More east than north. So they will be playing up against Atlético Nacional. So this is Atlético Nacional versus Independiente Medellin. Atlético Nacional actually have former Arsenal and Napoli goalkeeper David Ospina, former Rangers striker Morelos, and who was the other one? Uribe, who played football for someone for about 4 years, and then I can't remember. Oh, Porto, played for Porto. Anyway, let's crack on and see. And it is actually Independiente Medellin who have won. 2-1 win. Alfredo Morelos scored in the first half for Atlético Nacional. Equaliser by John Vasquez, and then the winner from Laser Chavera. John Vasquez actually missed a penalty in the 90th minute as well for Independiente Medellin, but it didn't really matter. So let's go to the wheel and see if they're going to get any players from Atlético Nacional. Any of those big players, they're going to get all three of them, I think. So let's have a look and just double check. So Mateus Uribe, David Ospina and Alfredo Morelos are all going to go across to Independiente Medellin, which is going to boost them up somewhat. I think that their best player was around the 127 mark. Yeah, so all three of those players are literally going to make that team better. Independiente Medellin there, taking over the land of Atlético Nacional. We'll go back to the wheel and we'll see where we're going to go next. And it is going to be Al-Ahli Khartoum in Sudan. We've not been there we have been to Sudan, but I don't think we've been to Al-Ahli Khartoum. So let's spin the arrow and see where we're going to go. It's going to be almost due south. So let's head over to Africa and find Sudan, which is here. And now the guesswork comes in. Okay, so this is Al-Ahli Khartoum. Al-Ahli Khartoum. And they are going to be playing off against Tuti. Because they're going south, tiniest bit to the east, obviously, unless they're going directly south, they're not going to hit down here. So they are going to play against Tuti in an all-Sudanese clash. Al-Ahli Khartoum versus Tuti. Al-Ahli Khartoum are the slight favourites in this match over Tuti, but we'll see if that actually pays off in the game. It does. It's 4-2 win for Khartoum. So they took the lead in the first minute through Mohamed Abdelmonaim. And then Tuti actually equalised. Yep, they did. Sorry, my eyes are failing me. Through Bala Gabir. Khartoum then retook the lead through Mohamed Hassan, and then further in the lead to make it 3-1 with Mohamed Adam. And Tuti pulled one back through Atif Khalid until Mohamed Abeldi Monium. Rounded things off for Khartoum in the 86th minute with a fourth goal. They actually had a lot more shots on target. Lots more shots on target and a lot more possession. So we'll see if any of the Tuti players are going to go across to Khartoum. And it will be 2 players. So I've had a look at both teams already. Tuti have got 3 players who are all 85 rated. So 2 of those are going to go across to Khartoum. So I've already put them on the wheel. Working my way in advance because I knew that had happened, knowing that I saw 85 there. I didn't think it was going to be 2 of them, so we're going to spin this twice and see who comes up. So the first one, I think I've turned off all the sound, so we should be alright. I haven't turned off the confetti though, I forgot about that, never mind. So we're going to get Omer Suleiman Koko. So we'll just remove him from there, and we'll spin for Bala Gabir or Mohamed El Tahir, and it's going to be Mohamed El Tahir who is going to be the other player who's going to go across. So Khartoum now have taken over Tuti's land, getting away from that kite-like shape they had there. Let's go on to spin the wheel and see where we're going next. And it's going to be Gambia. It's BST Galaxy FC. I assume Gambia. It does look like it. So which way are they going to spin? And they are going to go west. Still had to work that around in my head. So let's go over to the other coast of Africa, well, the other side of Africa. And the Gambia is this long, winding river, essentially. It's a river that runs through the country. Whew. Okay, so this is BST Galaxy. I was started from this end, I was getting all the way over here, and I was hoping it wasn't going to be them and going across the ocean. But no, this is BST Galaxy. You can see the logo very clearly there. And they were going slightly northeast, so from northwest, sorry. So from the centre of that, it's going to hit the bottom of this team, which is Walidan FC. Okay, so there's a slight issue with BST Galaxy FC. I've just noticed on this mod, in the fact that you can't export their team. They've only got an under 23 squad, which has 3 players in. The rest of these players are all greyed out. None of them are very good, so that means it's just going to have to be a walkover for Walidan FC, who we could export the players from if needs be into the versus mode. However, they're so much better than the other team. We're just going to do a walkover and respin. So mildly frustrated, but there was nothing I could do really on that side of things. It's going to happen occasionally when you've got this many teams in there where I couldn't properly vet every single team. It was just guesswork of who was actually in the top division at the time of FM being released. So we'll go back to the wheel and we'll spin it again. Had to happen tonight as well, where I've had little to no sleep because I mentioned in a previous episode that my wife was just about ready to give birth to my daughter, or my new daughter. We're still waiting, and it's we keep going to and from the hospital, and it's lack of sleep. So I don't know why I'm up doing this, but coffee is a wonderful thing. So if I do look tired or I'm getting mixed up, that's probably why. Anyway, we're going to wherever LCA is, but it's Uptown Rebels, so I'm going to have a look on the map for that. St. Lucia. I would have not got St. Lucia from that. I know it is LCA for Lucia, but without the Saint at the beginning, it blew past me. But that is one of the North American island countries, which could mean flying across to another island. But this could be hitting down in South America because we're going southwest. So let's head to North America. Okay, so this is St. Lucia, believe it or not. And thankfully, I was going from the top and I got panicky when we got down to these two. But thankfully, this is Uptown Rebels. So Uptown Rebels are going southwest. So they will be up against B1, the imaginatively titled B1. So B1 are slight underdogs in this one, despite being the current in-game champions. And having a better player, but we'll see how this goes. And it is a win 2-1 to B1, 2-1 to B1. That's going to get confusing, especially because they're still in the competition. So Andrus Remy with 2 goals for B1, either side of a Sabatus Polian goal for Uptown Rebels, but it is B1 who progress, and we will see if they're going to take any players away from the Uptown Rebels. It's going to be the 1. And it's going to be Antonius Myers who's going to go across. So Uptown Rebels land taken by B1 of St. Lucia, in St. Lucia. And we'll go to the wheel, check where we're going to go next. I'll probably have a costume change in the next few spins because I'm feeling very tired. We're on to Iraq. It's Al-Kawkab. And which way are Al-Kawkab going to go? They're going to go southwest. So we'll head over to Asia for the first time today, I think. Yep. So this is Al-Kawkab, and if they're going southwest, which they are, they will hit here, which is Al-Orobah, of Saudi Arabia. So Iraq trying to cross through into Saudi Arabia. Let's see how that works out. The Iraqi side, Al-Kawkab, versus the Saudi Division 2 side, Al-Orobah. This will be a relatively even match, I should expect. It is an even match. It's 1-0 win for Al-Orobah, and that is Christian Teller, the former Barcelona youth player, who scored the goal. to make it 1-0. Yep, he's in the second division of Saudi Arabia now. He's only 31 in the game as well. Obviously, this being FM24. Omar Al-Somar missed a penalty as well for Al-Orobah, but in the end, like I say, quite an even game. More possession for Al-Kawkab, but they just couldn't score. So let's have a look and see if any of the players from Al-Kawkab are going to go over to Saudi Arabia. We're going to get 0, which makes my job a lot easier. So there, Al-Orobah have now, just double checking it was Orobah, Al-Orobah have now entered into Iraq. So back to the wheel. Let's see where we're going to go next. And it is going to be Azam FC in Tanzania. Let's see which way they're going to spin. And they're going to go north. This is Azam FC. Yep, just double checking. And we said they were going to go north and slightly to the west. So north with a slight west. I still think it's going to hit this little bit here of Simba. So we'll do Azam FC versus Simba. So ready for Azam FC versus Simba. This is the second time we've seen Azam FC. They beat Young Africans on penalties earlier in the series. I can't remember exactly when. I didn't even realise we'd actually had Azam before until I went onto my spreadsheet and noticed that they actually already played one and managed to get a couple of players. But they're still slight underdogs here against Simba. So let's see how they do. And it is a 2-1 win for Simba. Let's have a quick look here. Azam actually took the lead through Prince Dube. And then Simba equalised literally 3 minutes later through Luis Mikasoni. And then took the lead in the second half through Mohamed Husseini. So let's spin the wheel and see how many players, if any, are going to go across to Simba. We're going to get one player going across. So one player from Azam. It's going to be the goalkeeper again, Djougi Diarra. So Simba have taken Azam's land here and now almost completely encompassed. I wish I hadn't done this one. Kinamon Doni. They did have another word after that. I couldn't read it. So now, Simba have taken that land. Let's go back to the wheel and spin and see where we're going to go next. And it's going to be Uganda for Saltillo Bright Stars. And they are going to attack to the southeast. Okay, so this is Saltillo Bright Stars. And as we said, they were going to go southeast. Which is going to hit here on Busoga United because I think it's slightly more. That's almost exactly southwest, but southeast. But if going from the centre of the logo, it's going to hit across here. So it's up against Busoga United. So Saltillo Bright Stars versus Busoga United, all Ugandan clash, and we'll see which way this is going to go. Very evenly matched teams, and it is showing on the final result. It was a 1-1 draw. Bright Stars 4-2 win on penalties. Busoga United went down to 10 men just into extra time. Bright Stars took the lead after the 12th minute, should I say. Matthias Okwalinga scored after 12 minutes, and then Ronald Kasamba equalised for Busoga United. Julius Debo was sent off, and then, like I say, right at the beginning of extra time, and it went down to penalty shootout 4-2 to Bright Stars in the end. No misses there, 2 misses for Busoga United. So let's skip to our wheel and see if any of the Busoga United players are going to go across to Bright Stars, and they're going to get one. So we'll have a quick check, and that is going to be Isaac Sinde, who centre back from Busoga United. Bright Stars have taken this land here in Uganda. They are now owners of the largest amount of land in Uganda, being the only team from Uganda who's actually played a game and is still in the tournament. So let's go to the wheel, spin it, and see where we're going to head next. And it is going to be Venezuela. It's Deportivo Tachira, and they are going to go relatively westish, slightly south. So let's head to South Africa. I'll head up to Venezuela. Confusing, there's a team called Bolivar in Venezuela, but we'll let them off. Deportivo Tachira, they're over here. And if they're going west and slightly south, it's going to head into Colombia, and they're going to be playing Atletico Bucaramanga. Very evenly matched, very evenly matched teams, and it has gone the way of the Venezuelans. Deportivo Tachira, 2-1 winners in normal time. Took the lead after 8 minutes through Maurice Cover. Andres Andrade equalised for Atletico Bucaramanga, and then a penalty in the second half converted by Andres Rios gave Deportivo Tachira the win. So let's go to our wheel and see if they're going to get any players from the Colombians. They're going to get one. I thought it was going to be three then. So one player from Atletico Bucaramanga, and that is going to be one of two different players. So we've got Aldair Quintana as heads, Andres Andrade as tails. So if we go to the... Oops, just done that off screen. It was just spinning. It's landed on heads. Believe me, if you want, it was on tails before that. You might have seen when I was flicking Alt-tab in between. So if you really don't believe me, just rewind the video a little bit. So it has landed on heads. I don't know why I've taken it off the screen. Let's stop doing that. Aldair Quintana is going to go across to the Venezuelans. So Deportivo Tachira have taken this area of Colombia, as well as obviously staying in Venezuela. And we will go to the wheel now and spin to find out where we're heading next. Still not been to England, which is still a bit of a shock. But we're going back to Pakistan, who we've been to a fair few times, because they all seem to be initials as opposed to actual full names. But it's WAPDA, or WAPDA, and they will be heading to the southeast. So I think every single Pakistani side has seemed to have attacked towards India. Whether this is actually going to hit inside of India, we'll have to see. So if we move over to Pakistan, too far. And who did it say it was? It was WAPDA. So it's not them, because we know that's who it is. And they are going to attack into India again, and this is Punjab FC. So it's WAPDA, which I'll find out what that means, or stands for, should I say, versus Punjab FC. So WAPDA, which does stand for Water and Power Division Authority, or Department Authority. Oh, I've forgotten it already. Yeah, it's something not exciting whatsoever. Versus Punjab FC. Punjab overwhelming favourites. Weird set out of there. Oh, they've lost. Wow, 5-3 to WAPDA. WAPDA. Sorry. And that is a shock, because Punjab FC, like I say, were overwhelming favourites. But I was just about to caveat that with their 5 best players are stupidly good compared to the rest of the teams. But then the rest of the team drop off very sharp. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's pick apart this game. So, WAPDA, I'm just going to call WAPDA from now on, took the lead after 1 minute through Habib Khan, and then they were 3-0 up after 12 minutes. It was 7th minute, it was Asghar Ullah, and then Tahir Ullah scored in the 12th minute. 3-0 to WAPDA after 12 minutes. Punjab pulled one back through Luka Majken. Stop saying after 33 minutes, and then pulled another one back, Ezequiel Vidal, after 56. WAPDA then restored their 2-goal advantage through Mohamed Ahmed, and Punjab then pulled another one back, Asmir Suliek, and then WAPDA basically cemented the win in the 94th minute through a penalty from Mohamed Mahmood. So that's now... Pakistani sides have played Indian sides 3 times in this series. We're only on episode 4, and so far 2 Pakistani sides have won and 1 Indian side have won. So it's quite equal, going back and forth against each other. But yeah, if you just have a look at Punjab FC's team, there you go. You can see the top 5 players, 115 down to 92 here, and then it drops dramatically down to 49. And obviously lower after that. Whereas WAPDA, their third best player isn't as good as their where that drop happens for the Indian side, Punjab FC. So it's a massive jump down. But let's see if any of those really good players are actually going to go across to WAPDA, because that would really help them out. And they're going to get 3 of them. That is incredible for WAPDA. Oh, so difficult to say. So 3 of those very, very good players are going to go across. So they're going to get Ezequiel Vidal, Wilmer Jordan, and Asmir Sulic. So WAPDA, it's Development Authority, by the way, so it's Water and Power Development Authority, have taken over here Punjab FC's land at this side of India. So we could actually get an all Pakistani team clash within India, because these 2 teams are Pakistani teams who've gone across the border. Obviously Real Kashmir, the one who went across the border the other way. Let's go to the wheel and see where we're going to next. And it's going to be Belgium. I don't know if we've been to Belgium yet. I don't think we have. So it's KSC Lokeren Thames, and they are going to head northwest. And when I say west, I mean east, northeast. So let's head to Europe, which we haven't been to for a hot minute. So this is KSC Lokeren Thames, and I said they were going to go northeast. I did say northwest, but I was wrong. Yeah, it's still going to hit Union San Gilo. I can't remember. Gilos. Union SG. So Sporting Lokeren versus Union San Gilois. Probably butchered that. Obviously, Union SG are far and away the favourites of this one. Sporting Lokeren are in the 2nd division of Belgian football. Union SG were in the Champions League recently. So we'll see which way this one's going to go. As expected, 2-0 win for Union SG. I mean, it sounds closer than it was. 20 shots to 4, 60% possession to 40% possession. I know stats aren't everything, but when you're looking at it that way, they pretty much are. So 2-0 win for Union San Gilos. Why didn't I just say SG? 2 goals here. Adem Zorgan in the 30th minute and Anan Kaleli in the 87th minute. So we'll see if any of the Sporting Lokeren players are going to go across to Union SG. I don't think, even though they're going to get one, and I know which one it is because I saw him before. So they have got Raja Nainggolan, former Roma and several other clubs. And obviously Belgian international, but he is 35 now. So if you actually have a look at his stats, he's incredibly good mentally still. Determined leadership, aggression, bravery, everything you want in a central midfielder who's just going to break attacks down, even though his role as a central attacking midfielder. He's also got his long shots, but his physicals have dropped right off, which means that I think he's like he'll be one of the worst players within the Union SG team. Yeah, he's about here, but he's a good backup, and it helps bulk out the squad a bit. So Union San Gilos have taken that strip of land away from Lokeren. Again, it was a 2nd division team versus a top division team. I know that that's not always gone the way that you'd expect it to, but it has in Belgium. So we'll go back to the wheel and see where we're going to go next. And we are heading off to, I want to say Greece. It might be the Grenadines, but it's Kozani anyway, and they are going to be attacking south, pretty much due south. So we'll stay in Europe, move all the way over to Greece. So this is Kozani here. So if they're going to hit due south, I mean, even the slightest hint to the west, it's not going to go over that far. So they're going to be playing off against Larissa in our first trip to Greece, I think. So the all-Greek clash of Kozani versus Larissa, and it is going to go the way of Larissa, who were the division above, so you'd have thought it was going to be, but it was a 97th minute penalty against 10 men of Kozani, who actually had more possession and shots in the game. It was a red card in the 70th minute for Alexandros Karagianis, before a 97th minute penalty. Kehinde Fatai, the goal scorer there. So let's see if any of the Kozani players are going to go across to Larissa. There's going to be one, and I have preempted this because 3 of the top player or the top current ability for Kozani is spread across 3 players. So you've got Dorde Maximovic, Slavisa Bogdanovic, and Evripidis Giakos. So we will go to our wheel of names, which I've already populated. Spin that and see if any of these players are going to go across. It's going to be Slavisa Bogdanovic, who's going to go to Larissa. And when I say if any of these players, which of these players? Larissa have taken this nice big area of Greece. As you can see with Greece, you've got relatively spaced out teams, and then the Athens teams are all bunched in amongst each other, covering a much wider range that far expands the borders of Athens, but there's no way to put them all in a tiny place, and it'd just make things ridiculous. Just to also mention, I've got an extra light on today because I noticed my face goes bright white when I go to the map screen because of the majority of white on it, or if I've got a spreadsheet open to the side of me, my face lights up in the low lighting. So testing this out on this part of the video, I guess. So if it washes me out, then it washes me out, but it's better than it flashing different colours in the bottom corner for you, I'm sure. Anyway, let's go to spin the wheel and see who we're going to get or where we're going to go next. So we are heading to Uruguay. I thought we were finally going to the UK, but nope, we're going to Uruguay, and it's Liverpool in Uruguay. So let's spin the wheel, the arrow, and we are going to go to the south. Very slightly south, but east. Again, always a worry when you're going east from Uruguay because we might be going across the ocean. So this is Liverpool in Uruguay. Most teams, when they take the name of a team from another country, you know, a lot of the UK teams are used name-wise in other countries. They tend to take the logo or a bastardized version of the logo. Liverpool in Uruguay have not taken anything similar to that, so they are literally blue as well. Blue for Liverpool. I'm sure the Liverpool fans would love that. So they're going to go, like I say, mainly east. So they will be taking on Club Atletico River Plate. Again, River Plate of Uruguay, not River Plate in Argentina. Okay, so this is River Plate of Uruguay versus Liverpool of Uruguay. All Uruguayan clash with two names that are more noticed around in different areas, and it is an extra time win for River Plate of Uruguay, 3-2. So Liverpool were actually the favourites for this match, and I was hoping that they'd stay in so we could eventually potentially see a Liverpool versus Liverpool game, but unfortunately that's never going to happen in this Imperialism. Maybe if I do another one in 10 years by the time I get it all set up and this finished, but either way, I'm digressing. So it was quite an evenish game in terms of chances created, more possession for River Plate. So let's have a quick check on how the game went down. So Ignacio Rodriguez gave Liverpool the lead. Mateus Alfonso equalised for River Plate right before half-time. So it was 1-1 at half-time. In the second half, Manuel Castro gave Liverpool the lead again, but then we were pegged back to just 3 minutes later by Federico Rodriguez. And then a 93rd minute penalty. So to be fair, 93rd minute, 3 minutes into extra time as opposed to a last gasp goal. But a penalty from Marcos Camada was the difference between the sides. Liverpool couldn't get back into it after that. So 3-2 win. Let's have a look and see if any of the Liverpool players are going to go across to River Plate. And they're going to get one player. So if we have a look here, and it is going to be Abel Hernandez. Abel Hernandez is the former Hull City striker. I think he played for Palermo as well. So he's going to go across to, I think Hull bought him from Palermo if memory serves, but either way, he's going to go across to River Plate of Uruguay. So River Plate have taken Liverpool's land here, and let's go to the wheel. See where in the world we're going to go next. And it's going to be that's not Switzerland, and it's not Swaziland because it's now Eswatini. So Eswatini, and it's Madalenia. So let's see which way they're going to attack. They're going to go west. So I'm proud of myself then when I got it the right way around. So Eswatini are a tiny country on the border of South Africa. So So this is Madalena, sorry. Madalena. They're going to be playing up against Nsingizini Hotspurs, which have what looks like a really poor attempt at a Tyrannosaurus because of how blurry it is, but I'm sure it's not. Now we're here for Madalena versus Nsingizini Hotspurs. Hopefully I don't have to say that too many more times. I'm going to have to say it more times because they've just won 2-0. Namore Tisabora and Nyasha Chintuli, the goal scorers, one each half for Nsingizini Hotspurs. So let's see if any of the Madalena players are going to go across. We'll spin the wheel. And they're not getting any, which isn't good for them, because the teams in Eswatini aren't the best, should we say. They needed all the help they could get, but they're not going to get any. They're just going to take the land. So Nsingizini Hotspurs have taken over the area here at the south of Eswatini. So let's go back to the wheel and we'll see where we're going to go next. And it is going to be Astana in Kazakhstan. So I have heard of Astana, being that they're the team who regularly make European competitions. They're probably one of the bigger teams in Kazakhstan. I mean, as I've heard of them. Southeast, they're going to be travelling. So if we go to the Asia map, like I say, European competitions, they are Asian by definition of where the actual country is located. So we are looking for, and I remember Kazakhstani clubs obviously don't have the same alphabet as we do. So, oh, there we go, Astana. That's quite easy actually. They are going southeast, and from the centre of their logo, which isn't the centre of the ball, it's over here somewhere. It's going to hit further down here against Zhenis. So Astana, strongest team in Kazakhstan, versus Zhenis, not the strongest team in Kazakhstan. Obviously Astana are massive favourites, and it's a 1-0 win to Zhenis. So the big favourites in Kazakhstan have lost here to Zhenis. The goal scorer is some guy who I can't pronounce. Galimzan Kenzibek, sorry. Galimzan Kenzibek. I mean, it rolls nicely off the tongue when you can actually read it out, but a lot of these times I'm not looking at these names beforehand. So the pronunciation you're going to get is my appalling pronunciation. Let's see if they're going to take any players. Thought we were going to lose all of Astana's players then as well, but they are going to get one player, Zhenis, which they'd need, and they're going to get Marin Tomasov, which is not a bad one to get at all, to be fair. 35 years old now. So Astana fell at the first hurdle, out to Zhenis of Kazakhstan. They've taken Marin Tomasov. So let's go to the wheel and see where we're heading next. UK possibly? Well, we've been Scotland, we've been Wales, but we're going to Georgia. It's Dila Gori. And we're going to spin the arrow and we're going to get to go east. So this is Dila Gori. Dila Gori, we're going east, slightly north. So they will be going up against Gareji. So our all Georgian clash of Dila Gori versus Gareji. It's could be a close run thing. It is a close run thing. It's a 1-0 win to Dila Gori. 95th minute penalty. We've having a lot of late penalty winners in KG matches. So they had more possession, much less shots though. Gareji had 16 shots to Dila Gori's 5, but Dila Gori are the team who've progressed or stayed in the competition. Becca McCarver, is the only goal scorer, and thank God for him, because I was not looking forward to saying some of these Georgian names because they're very difficult. So let's spin the wheel and again hope it lands on 0, I guess, just to make sure I don't have to say any. I thought it was going to land on 3. So it's just the one player going across from Gareji, and that one player will be lovely Kakeba Kakashvili. I hope I haven't ruined that one. Kakeba Kakashvili. think I got it right. So Dila there, taking over Garage's land. I've re-centered a lot of the Georgian logos. I realised that I mustn't have actually done the centering of the logos when I was creating the map for Georgia. So that's all sorted now. Dila with this massive gap, massive space here in the middle of the country, and we will go and spin the wheel. Okay, clearly had a costume change. I'm also, if I look about 5 years older than I actually did before, it's because the baby was born a week ago today, and I've had a little to no sleep over that time, no chance to record. So we're back to it, spinning the wheel. Let's see who we're going to get, or where we're going to head. And we're going to go to, I'm assuming Libya, not as opposed to Liberia, so that's Libya, Al-Tahaddi. And let's see which way they're going to attack. And they're going to go slightly northwest. So if we go to, I've forgotten how to do this, Asia. Not Asia, Africa, sorry. Libya is up here next to Egypt. So one of these, that's worrying. There's a team who disappeared. Okay, so this is Al-Tahaddi, and if they're going to go north, slightly northwest, they're going to get Al-Anwar Sportif, is it? Sports Club. Al-Anwar Sports Club. Okay, we're ready for Al-Tahaddi versus Al-Anwar Sports Club. Our first all-Libyan game. The missing logo, I'll sort that out at some point. And it's a 4-1 win to Al-Tahaddi. That's a big win. They were both very similar strength sides. It doesn't look it on the stats. So, goals for... the match went with Azam Al-Faisaly. Got the goal for Al-Tahaddi, and it was 1-0 at half-time. In the second half, 2 goals in 3 minutes, one from Astana and one from Rufin Gnanzu, which gave him a 3-0 lead. Fourth goal scored by Astana in the 75th minute, and then just a consolation penalty from Muayyid Al-Maslati. So let's see if any of the Al-Anwar players are going to go across to the other side. Three players. That's going to be pretty good for Al-Tahaddi. I mean, they're not the best players in the world, but they bulk out the squad. So they're going to take over Mohamed Kanate, Mohamed Amin Zagada, and Abdel Salam El Fituri. Okay, so Al-Anwar have gone now. Al-Tahaddi have taken that space. It was Al-Olympic who I mistakenly didn't actually put the logo for. Made the area. Logo disappeared. Either way, we'll go back to the wheel and see where we're going to head next. So we are looking at going to Sudan again. Have we been to Sudan, or was it South Sudan? I can't remember now. Actually, this rings a bell. Al-Shorta Al-Kadirif? Maybe not. Let's spin the arrow and see which way we're going. Directly south, so we'll just move across to Sudan. But this is Al-Shorta Al-Kadirif, and they're going due south, so they're actually going to be hitting into here, and they're going to go against Bahir Dar. Who is that? Is that Ethiopia? My knowledge of Africa has suddenly just gone out the window. My knowledge of everything's gone out the window with it is Ethiopia. With the arrival of the baby. So let's get that set up. So Al-Shorta Al-Kadirif of Sudan versus Bahir Dar of Ethiopia. Let's see which way this is going to go. It went to Bahir Dar, who were pretty heavy favourites before this game anyway. They dominated in terms of actual stats during the match. Suleimani Traore got a penalty. Firail Mengistu got the second, and then Fitsum Tilahum got the third. Let's see if any of their players are actually going to move across to Ethiopia. Just the one. So the top player from Al-Shorta Al-Kadirif, glad you're going, Al-Shorta Al-Kadirif, is Salim Mohammed. So Bahir Dar have moved into Sudan. Sudan have had a bit of what should we say there? Sudan have had a bit of action in this series so far. There's a few games, a few Sudanese teams have gone. So maybe this will be the first country in Africa to get handed over between teams. I know obviously Western Sahara has been taken over by one team, but that's not classed as a country as such. So we will go to the wheel and check where we're going to go next. We've had 2 in Africa in a row. So let's see if we're going to move out of Africa or we're just going to work our way south. CTA, I'm not sure where that is. It's Olympique Real de Bangui. Orb in brackets. I'm not sure why Orb either. Let's have a quick check of my country list if I can remember where that is. CTA is Central African Republic. So we have just moved further down within. I'm not sure where the T. Oh, Central. Okay, yeah, fair news. So yeah, we have just moved further down in Africa. So if we check which way they're going to attack. And they're going southwest. So this is Olympique Real de Bangui, obviously. This really strange flag. They're going southwest from memory. I know I was just on it then. Yep, southwest. So if they're going southwest, I think it's not south enough. Well, maybe. I don't. Still, for the centre of the logo, I don't think it's going to quite hit Rangers here. That is AC Rangers in Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, sorry. So I think it's going to go across and hit Red Star de Bangui. So we'll set up the all Central African Republic match, and then for the next match we'll probably be heading further south in Africa for some reason. Anyway, okay, so I now know what ORB stands for. It is just obviously the initials of Olympic. So it's ORB versus Red Star, both of the Central African Republic. Let's continue, and we will see a 7-0 win for ORB Olympic. That's a huge win. I was thinking Red Star didn't have the greatest of teams. I think their best player in terms of current ability had 50 overall. But yeah, they are definitely out. So let's see who scored. We've got one for Flory Yangao, one for Herve Bongo Tute. I'm never going to say like that again. A hat-trick for Sylvester Kokasa, and one each again for Salil Mongolobo and one for Kenny Mbayofolo. That was difficult. So let's see if any of the Red Star players are going to go across as I lose where I'm supposed to be clicking. It's going to be just the one from Red Star, and it's going to be Leonce Namgbema. Yep, 50 overall, centre half. So Olympique Real de Bangui have taken over here from Red Star, and let's go to the map. No, we're on the map. Let's go to the wheel and spin there, and we are going to go to not Greenland, but it's Hurricanes in GRN. Is that Grenada? I feel it's going to be Grenada. So let's see which way they're going to attack. Good old island nation. Oh no, heading directly east. So let's check the map and see where they're going to go. So this one is Grenada, and as we zoom in, we find this blurry green one down here is Hurricanes, and they're going due east. So they're going to fly across the map and probably hit Africa. So we're going to have to work it out from here. Looking at it, it's going to hit here in Senegal. Can't escape Africa today, can we? So Senegal, oh, it's just one team, thankfully, here. And I've just drawn on them by mistake instead of clicking on them. Casa Sports. So Hurricanes of Grenada, not Grenadines. And Casa Sports of Senegal. Fighting off against each other. So obviously, obviously, I said this before with Docks United, didn't I? But no, Casa Sports are the overwhelming favourites for this game. So we will see. And yep, it's a 3-0 win. So Hurricanes have dropped out. Casa Sports have taken over. So Habib Kamara, Raymond Ndour, and Aliou Dieme, the goal scorers for Casa Sports. With that, Casa Sports will go over to Grenada. That could be a fertile land for picking up players and picking up land, potentially countries. So let's have a look and see how many players from Hurricanes are going to go to Casa Sports. And we're looking at just the one, who will be Garth Thomas. So Casa Sports have moved into Grenada. I'm never going to get it right, am I? Grenadines, Grenada, one of them. Grenada down here in the southeast of the country. So let's go back to our wheel and see where we're going to go next. Which African country is going to play next, I guess. JS Saoura from Algeria. We have literally stayed in Africa for the last 5 spins. Should I say? Well, no, one spin was Grenada, but then they decided to attack Africa anyway, which was a bit of a folly. So we're going to go southwest, and that's going to be from over here in Algeria. If I can just make it a bit bigger. Algeria is the big one. And I can't even remember the team. JS Saoura. So let's just double check. There they are. So we're going to go from the centre of this logo, southwest-ish. It's going to hit here. If they only had a tiny chance of taking over Western Sahara, but instead they're going to attack just slightly south of that. It's ASC Concorde. JS Saoura from Algeria against Concorde from Mauritania. We'll see which way this is going to go. It's a 3-0 win to JS Saoura. Ismail Sadi, Adel Bouchiba and Rian Akassem, the goal scorers. Complete domination stats wise. And let's just see how many players are going to go across from Concorde. 3 players. Cool. So ASC Concorde, 3 players are going to be Tidiane Kone, Elmani Traore, and one of Desiree Sibari, Komlon Agbodo or Salem El Mokhtar. So I'll just quickly set those up on the spinner, and we'll see which one is going to be the 3rd player to go across to JS Saoura. Okay, these are all ready for the spin. Let's mute that. We'll see who is the 3rd player who's going to go across. It's going to be Komlon Agbodo. So I will get those changes made, and we will update the map. So here JS Saoura have taken over this area at the north of Mauritania, and let's go back to the wheel. Okay, onto the wheel we go. Let's find out where we're heading. And we're going to go to Saudi Arabia. It's Al-Khaleej. Al-Khaleej. I am speaking a bit quieter because the baby is asleep in the other room. Spin the arrow. We'll see which way Al-Khaleej are going to attack. They go in southeast, west, southwest, southwest. Okay, so this is Al-Khaleej, and they will go in southwest, which from the centre of their logo is going to hit the bottom of this one, which is Al-Faisaly. Okay, so for the all-Saudi clash of Al-Khaleej versus Al-Faisaly, we will go straight in. Al-Faisaly the lead below Al-Khaleej, and it shows, wow, 10-0. I didn't even think it was going to be that much of a battering, but it turns out it was. Lucas Souza got sent off just before half-time, which probably didn't help matters, but it was 6-0 at half-time. They did get another goal just after he'd been sent off, but either way, a hat-trick for Costas Fortunis, 2 for Dimitris Corbelis, and Paulo Fernandes, and then 1 each for Salah Al-Amri, Khaled Al-Sumari, and Joshua King. Nice and easy one, that one. Is he the Norwegian? Yeah. So, 10-0. Nice, simple game for Al-Khaleej. Let's see if they get anyone from Al-Faisaly. If they actually need anyone from Al-Faisaly. Let's have a look. They're going to get just the 1 player, which is probably all they need. It's going to be Lucas Souza, the Brazilian. Al-Khaleej take Al-Faisaly's land. I'll never get that right. And disappointingly enough, there's one in Jordan as well, which is going to cause me issues. I've just pressed a button on my keyboard, and I hope to God I haven't just broken something. Either way, let's go back to the wheel, and we'll see where we're going now. So we are hitting Argentina. So Central Cordoba in SDE, which I did find out what it meant, didn't I? I think, maybe. So we'll find which way they're attacking, and they're going to go southwest again. So let's head over to South America. We've not been here for a while. So this is Central Cordoba, and southwest from them is San Martin, who I think we've already seen once. I'll just double check. Yes, we have already seen them once. They beat Güemes 2-0 early doors. Did they get any players at that point? Let's just have a quick check. Yes, they got Alejo Distaulo. So they've got an extra player here for this game against Central Cordoba. Let's see if it actually helps them out. The all-Argentinian clash between Central Cordoba and San Martin is about to get ready. San Martin, the league below Central Cordoba, but they have won once. They have got an extra player, though he was midway down their player list. So let's have a look and see how it's gone. San Martin have won again. I mean, it definitely helps having the opposition team having a man sent off 6 minutes. But wow! So even with 10 men, Central Cordoba did take the lead through Dardo Miloc. That was 11 minutes in. Then after that, San Martin before half time just went crazy. Horatio Tijanovic, Federico Gonzalez, Nicolas Pilate, Jonathan Menendez, and then in injury time at the end of the second half was Nicolas Franco. So why can't some of these games just be 1-0 and the goal scorer would be called something like Alex? That'd be easier. Either way, let's go and check Central Cordoba and see if, check the wheel, see if Central Cordoba are going to be sending anyone over to San Martin. They're going to get 2 players. They're building up a bit of a team here. So, the 2 players from Central Cordoba are going to be Alan Aguirre, who's the goalkeeper, and then one of Brian Farioli or Sebastian Valdez. So let's spin. We're not going to spin, we're going to flip a coin for this one. It's going to be the second one, which was Sebastian Valdez, which is better because I can pronounce his name better than Brian Farioli. So, San Martin have now taken over this stretch of land, which goes from one side of Argentina right the way across to the other. They are cutting off this northern territory of Argentina, but to actually conquer Argentina takes a hell of a lot of work with all these teams down in Buenos Aires. So we will see how that pans out for San Martin over the next 8 years or however long this is going to take. Let's go back to the wheel and see where we're heading next. And it's going to be Haiti, and it's Al-Ahli. Sorry for saying every single team name like a question, but I am questioning how I'm pronouncing half of these. And they are going to go northwest-ish. So if we head to North America, this is Al-Ahli in Haiti, and the slight arrow movement as to the left is still going to catch the corner of that at least, which is Racing Club Haitian. So we're going to have Arca. It would be Arca-Hay if it's Haiti. I don't know. So this is Arca-Hay versus Racing Club Haitian. We will see how well Racing Club do. They're not very good compared. So let's just see what happens here. It's a 4-0 win for Arca-Hay. I thought as much, really. So 2 for Mark Beldo, 1 for Hans Anasius, and 1 for Jean-Marie Bono from the penalty spot. Let's see if any of the Racing Club Haitian players are going to go across. I've lost my screen. There it is. So we'll take a spin. It's going to be one player. The one player from Racing Club Haitian is Eric Smarth, or Eric Smart, I don't know which. Arca-Hay now own this little area of land of Haiti, as well as this land here, which is going to be interesting, but they will be kicking off from this point for any more attacks going forward. So let's spin the wheel, see where we're going to end up this time. And it's going to be Azerbaijan. Have we been to Azerbaijan? I think we have. Have we? Maybe. I'm just trying to put off saying this. Araz Nakhchivan PFK. That'll do. And we're gonna go in which direction? Northeast-ish. Just a tad to the east. Confusingly enough, This is actually part of Azerbaijan, which obviously confused matters being this is Azerbaijan, this is Armenia, and then you've got this one team here in this region. If they're going north anyway, they are going to hit Ganzasar in Armenia. So it's Azerbaijan versus Armenia. Araz versus Ganzasar. Araz are the favourites, and they've won it, but it's been a bit of a struggle, I'd say. Less shots on goal, less possession, but still managed to come away with the win. So let's pick this part, because it was 5-3 to Araz. So Kenan Mediev scored the opener for Araz, an equaliser from Gevorg Sargsyan for Ganzasar. And that was it for the first half. Second half started with Cesar Mezakoli scoring 2 goals within the space of 4 minutes. An equaliser from, Orbeli Hambard-Zumyan. And then Bertrand Mani actually scored to bring it back to 3-3 before 2 goals for Chance Simakala for Araz put the game beyond doubt. So, are Araz going to get any players from Ganzasar? We will check. Oops. Should have clicked that off before, but I didn't. So let's see where we get. Just the one player. So one thing I did notice, if you look at Araz's team, if we put it by position, you will see that they've got some very, very interesting centre-halves, which are all greyed out players. They don't have centre-backs. So for their sake, they're going to hope they're going to get a centre-back, but these guys aren't that great, and it's not going to be a centre-back. It's Bertrand Mani, who is as far from a centre-back as you possibly can get. So the win for Araz has taken over this area of Armenia and linked up Azerbaijan with itself, essentially. So let's go to the wheel and see where we're going next. And it's going to be Sweden. We're going to Osters. So let's spin the arrow and see whereabouts Osters are going to be attacking. They're going to go south, slightly east. Okay, so this is Osters, and they're going south, slightly to the east. So they're going to intercept with Kalmar next to them at some point. Osters versus Kalmar. Kalmar, the division below, but actually favourites for this game. So it's going to be an interesting one, nonetheless. So let's see. It is a 3-2 win to Kalmar. Joel Persson scored in the 28th minute. 2 goals either side of half-time by Kamil Jabara for Kalmar. Put them ahead. Noah Silderberg pulled it back straight away to make it 2-2. And then Saku Ilatupa scored to make it 3-2 to Kalmar. Let's see who... Oh, we're having baby cries. Bear with me. Let's spin the wheel and see if they get anyone. So the one player from Osters, which will be Magnus Christensen, will go across to Kalmar. So there, Kalmar have taken Osters land, and a nice little chunk of Sweden in the south. So let's go and spin the wheel, see who we get next. And it's looking like we're going to go to the Faroe Islands. Interesting, it's Vikingur. I don't even want to think of what the G stands for. Especially over there, and we're going to go north-east. So, with the Faroe Islands, owned by the Danes, of course. This is the horrendously drawn Faroe Islands because it wasn't on there. So, Vikingur are going to go north-east, but more north than east. So, they're going to hit here, which is EB Streymur. Okay, the match between Vikingur and EB Streymur. See how it goes. It's 1-0 to EB Streymur, which is a bit of an upset. Hans Pauli Samuelsson, the goal scorer. So let's just see how many of Vikingur's players are going to go across, if any. Just the one. So that will be Solvi Vattenhammer. And they have EB Streymur have taken Vikingur's land at the north of the Faroe Islands. Let's go back to the wheel. Okay, so we're going to see where we're going to go. And it's going to be back to Mexico, to Cruz Azul. So let's see which way they're going to attack. And they are going to go northwest. So let's head to the Americas. North, to be precise. And Cruz Azul will be somewhere in Mexico. So this is Cruz Azul here. And if they're going northwest from, let's just check, it's very west to be fair. I think it will actually hit, it's more west than north, isn't it? So it's going to hit Atlante. So here we are with Cruz Azul versus Atlante, all Mexican clash. Atlante are in the second division and they have just been beaten 3-2 after extra time by the top division side, Cruz Azul. So let's break it down. A great play to start with. Georgios Giacomakis gave Cruz Azul the lead. An equaliser in the 58th minute second half by Matthias Roskopf. Instantly hit Cruz Azul back in the lead through Carlos Rotondi. And then 90th minute equaliser by Hobbit Bermudez. Hobbit, what a great first name. And it took to the 3 minutes before the end, before Omar Campos scored the winner for Cruz Azul. But there was a missed penalty for Atlante in extra time. Ronaldo Gonzalez missed that. So let's see if any of the Atlante players are going to go across to Cruz Azul. And it's going to be just the one. So the one player from Atlante will be Armando Escobar going across. Unfortunately, Hobbit Bermudez has gone now. But what a name that is. 36 years old and never heard of him. Anyway. Oh, one thing to check. 5'3". Excellent. So there, Cruz Azul have taken Atlante's land, and have a bit more of a presence here in Mexico. So let's go back to the wheel and see where we're going to go. Have we been to the UK yet? Of course we've not been to the UK yet. Are we going to go now? No, we're going to go to South America, Bolivia in fact. Club Atlético Nacional Potosi. I'm assuming we're just going to call them Potosi for the time being because that's a mouthful. They are going to be going southeast, or mainly south, slightly to the east. So let's go check into South America. So this is Potosi here with the very, I can't remember what that club is. River Plate looking badge. Potosi are going south, slightly to the east, was it? Yeah, which isn't going to be enough to hit here. So they are going to move into Argentina, or have the chance to move into Argentina. And they're going to be playing up against Gimnasia in the Jujuy region, or Jujuy, I don't know how to pronounce that, of Argentina's very northern area. So I'll get that set up and we'll see how that goes. So Potosi versus Gimnasia of the Jujuy region, because we have got, I think, 3 Gimnasias, and it is a 2-1 win for the Bolivian Nacional Potosi. They were slight favourites going into this match. Gimnasia are in the second tier of Argentinian football. That's split into 2. So, yeah. I'm assuming it's the northern region. I don't know how it all works over in Argentina, unfortunately. Either way, 3-2 again, another 3-2. This time, Gustavo Cristaldo gave Nacional Potosi the lead. Equaliser from Guillermo Cosaro, and then a second goal from Diego Nakache gave Gimnasia the lead at half-time. Second half, Willian Alvarez and Samuel Galindo were the goal scorers for Potosi, giving them a 3-2 win at the end. So let's see if any the Gimnasia players are going to go across to Potosi. Let's see, one. Some severe slowdown then for a second. So one Gimnasia player, it's going to be Christian Menendez, who's going to go across, 35-year-old striker, I'm assuming rapid, not very. Potosi have taken over the north of Argentina. So let's go back to the wheel and see who is going to be up next. And we have got Ngezi Platinum from Zimbabwe. So they are going to go southwest, pretty much bob on southwest. So let's head to Africa, all the way down to Zimbabwe. So this is Ngezi Platinum. I had to remember what they were called again. And they're going south southwest. So southwest from the centre of their logo, it was pretty much bob on the southwest. So they're going to go down here against Tel1 FC. So Nsingizini Platinum versus Tel1 FC, all Zimbabwean clash, and it is going to go the way of Nsingizini Platinum, who were the favourites before this match. So the goals were scored by Never Tegere. Nsingizini Platinum the lead. Washington via equalised, but then 3 minutes later, Obriel Chirinda scored the winner for Nsingizini Platinum. They pretty much dominated possession, shots, etc. It was just a close game in the end. So let's see if any of the Tel1 players are going to go across to Nsingizini. It's going to be nearly 3, just the 1 though. One player from Tel1, and it's going to be Tafadzwa Dube, who's not a bad one to get, I don't think, for Nsingizini. Let's see, yep, he's going to be the best player, and he's a goalkeeper, so that'll be a nice upgrade for them. Here, Nsingizini Platinum have taken over from Tel1, I'm just called them Telstar then, Tel1, and own this area of Zimbabwe, right in the middle, so if they have to play anyone again, it will be another Zimbabwean side. So we're going to go to our last spin of this video to see where we're going to go. End of episode 4. Are we going to hit the UK yet? Well, England, should I say. We've hit Wales and Scotland before. We're not. We're going to go to Angola, staying in Africa. It's Wiliete de Benguela. We're going to spin the arrow, see which way we're going to go. We didn't have Real Madrid this episode. Southwest. So, over to Angola, if I can remember which one Angola is. This is Wiliete de Benguela, and they are going, I've forgotten already, it's been that long, pretty much this way. They're going to be playing against Bravos de Marquis, or Marquis, in a all Angolan clash. So for the final match of the episode 4, I believe, it's been a long time between these recordings with my new daughter. So much so that I've actually ended up starting a new save on Football Manager because I can play, obviously, with one hand on the mouse while she's sleeping in my other arm. So I decided to start off in, unemployed, but I'm decided to try and do the Pentagon Challenge. Why not? So I'm in Vanuatu at the moment. Anyway, I digress. This is Wiliete Benguela versus Bravos Marquis. And the final score is 3-1 to Wiliete Benguela. So, let's see. Ado Peña gave them the lead after the 8th minute, and then 2 goals just before half time. Nolito and Nigel Alexandre, just a weird spelling of Nigel. 3-0 at half time. Sammy scored straight after half time for Bravos Marquis, but it wasn't enough. They ended up losing 3-1 despite more shots on goal. Much less possession though. So, let's see if any of the Bravos players are going to go across to Benguela. And it's just going to be the 1. Don't know why I held off for that to actually finish there. So it's, oh good, I saw this name before. Abednego Mosiathaga. I'm glad he's staying. So, yeah, this guy, he's got an even longer name when you hover over him. So yeah, he's going to go across. And there we are. Benguela, Wiliete de Benguela have taken over this huge area of Angola. Obviously only huge because just the placement of the clubs. So that was the last match for this run. We currently have 3,370 teams still in the competition. We have got rid of 128, I think. Yeah, 128. Though one team we did have to remove automatically, so 127 theoretically, just because they didn't actually have a team that we could put into the system. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, etc, etc, etc if you want to see more of the series. Hopefully I will get these out soon. I have been recording in bulk leading up to this so I can get them out, and obviously because at the moment recording times are not easy for me, so if you do have anything to say or anything which I can come back on and talk to you about, it will probably be in the comments as opposed to in the videos at the moment because I am working at putting them out in plenty of time, should we say. Anyway, yeah, please subscribe and all that, ring the bell. I don't know what I'm doing with this bit, but, you know, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.